There's not many jobs that you get to climb trees without having to chop them down. I still get to climb trees now, and I'm 44, so it's a privilege to be able to do a job like this.
Yeah, I remember climbing trees when I was like 3 years old, and my parents have photos of me doing it. So that's the rewarding side. What about the challenges? What's the biggest challenge you faced in growing your business to this size?
How long you got?
All right. Thanks for joining me, Ben. Really appreciate you taking the time out to do this. We're just going to go through and I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions about your business and what's made you successful so far. To start off with, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
So my name is Ben Richardson. I am the owner and operator of Stella Lights here in Calgary, Alberta. We've been going for 9 years now. So this is coming into our 9th year. We started off with maybe 20 houses back in the day, and on good reputation, good job, word of mouth. I think last season we did 365 houses in 11 weeks with 2 crews, and we seem to be going from strength to strength. And since we met Big Stella Lights, things have certainly turned a corner for us.
That's amazing to hear. So 9 years, that's a lot of experience. I bet you've seen a lot of different things throughout that time. But can you tell us, like, how did you first get into it? Like, how did you hear about lights? Because back then, 9 years ago, there must have been very few companies doing it.
We came out, myself and my wife came to Canada 11 years ago, and I was a carpenter by trade. I met a guy and he had a Christmas light business and a decking business. I joined for the deck building as a carpenter. His winter business was Christmas lights, and I got working for him for one of the seasons that he was there, and I was go-to for the carpentry. Long story short, and God rest his soul, Russell passed away, and he was very young and a legend of a man. His customers loved him, and they also loved us as well. So in the brief time I was with him, we got to know some of his clients quite well, and they said after he passed, if you want to carry on doing the Christmas lights, we would happily support your business. So with myself and the lads got together that we did it that season, and I was expecting them all to jump in to this amazing new business idea, but none of them got on board. So I did it basically with another friend of mine, and we set it up as a partnership, which has now sort of parted ways. But all that to say, first year we did maybe 20, 30 houses. The next year we did about 50, 60, and it went all the way up. And yeah, it's all been word of mouth, because I think the thing is with this industry, people are expecting it to dazzle them. And so that's what we always thought. Just do a good job and the customers will come. And to this day, that's still my philosophy.
Wow, that's quite an origin story. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It makes a big impact on people. And yeah, there's a lot of positive energy around it, and they can see it, and it makes a difference like in their lives. That's very cool to hear. What would you say has been the most rewarding aspect of running your business?
I love Christmas in a way that I never really used to.
Yeah.
And I think if you'd asked me this question even a couple of years ago, it would be very different. But now I feel like it's the opportunity to provide work and good income and opportunity to people that want to come and work for Stella. I feel like that's now my responsibility as a business owner, and one that I'm starting to cherish and see for being just that, like a responsibility as a business owner to provide some more work for other people. And of course, I love running around on the rooftops, playing out to see things not many people do. So that never loses its appeal.
Yeah, it does give you a very unique perspective on the world. You're viewing it from a different angle when you're up on the roofs. And one of my favorite aspects is like being up in a boom lift, high up in like a big tree. I've always enjoyed that unique perspective on looking down on the world.
There's not many jobs actually that you get to climb trees without having to chop them down
Yeah.
in this world. I don't know if there's any others. So the fact that sort of childhood fun activity has managed to, that we did, I did a lot.
Yeah.
I still get to climb trees now, and I'm 44. So it's a privilege to be able to do a job like this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I remember climbing trees when I was like 3 years old, and my parents have photos of me doing it. So yeah, I definitely have an affinity for trees. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the rewarding side. What about the challenges? What's the biggest challenge you faced in growing your business to this size?
how long you got?
We got about 40 minutes, so we have about a half an hour left. So yeah, maybe pick one and your biggest one. Yeah.
You know what? I think it's And they are just challenges, and they're there to be met with like the right mindset. It's just a bump in the road, but yeah, it can get overwhelming when it's just you. And I think this year I'm starting to understand, again, going back to that responsibility of giving work to other people, it's also a responsibility of making sure that I trust other people with the work that otherwise I would all be doing on my own. And the challenge is letting go of control, which is a big one, and then finding ways to manage the stress during the busy season. It's all very well to have the systems in place, but you got to use them. And I think sometimes the systems that we're using can take a little time to get used to because it's such a condensed season. It means you've really got to hit the ground running from the get go.
Yeah, it happens very fast. It's all happening at once.
I think you got right. This season has been a bit of a shaky start, and I am a little concerned. But at the same time, I'm certain that we have the strongest systems from how to train the guys to be safe on the rooftops. All of our access equipment and all of that sort of stuff is second to none, no expense spared. Or the team management system that we're using now is coming into place, and obviously the experience from the experienced guys is now being passed down through a training system that we've created. So we'll see what happens, but there's always new challenges. There is always new challenges. Back in the day, it was, where's the work coming from? That's not a problem anymore.
Yeah, that's a nice problem to have, but you're 100% right. No matter what, there's always going to be something new that you have to figure out and overcome. And yeah, trial and error. And as you grow, that's not going to go away.
It's there to be welcomed as well, right?
Mm.
Right mindset as things go. I think it's very important to have people around you who read up on small business books and try and get together with people like yourself and just talk about this industry as much as possible, which is another great thing about Big Start that they've set up. It's the community, and there's so many amazing installers and business owners in there that you're not alone in this industry anymore. So you can get to where I am after 9 years, probably in half that time, if you're in a community around that. And that didn't exist when we started.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it. I think ultimately it comes back to your mindset when you're facing challenges or with anything that you're doing. I think having the right mindset is what's going to set you apart.
Yeah, I think the customers see it too. I think the people that are working for you want to come back year on year. If you can't provide, say, year-round work,
Yeah.
if you have a good mindset, they enjoy working there, pay them well, to train them well, they'll come back. And I've got a few guys that do seem to, for some mad reason, love the work.
100%. Yeah. Well, you kind of want those guys that are, yeah, not crazy, but like, they're passionate about it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we're a rare breed. Fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That was a great answer. Thank you so much. We'll shift gears a little bit here and talk about what everybody's asking about. It's super popular. We're getting so many questions about it. Permanent lighting. So have you added permanent lighting to your services yet? Or is it something you're considering?
Yeah, we've added permanent lights. I think we've got to be able to pivot in this industry, and you can't get away from the fact that permanent lights are here to stay by the very definition of the name.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah. It took us a while, and I spoke to lots of different companies on who I wanted to partner with. I think if you're going to go down that route, it's definitely important to find someone who's got your back if you're going to buy the lights from them. So you want great relationship, and it took us a long time to find someone that we had that relationship with similar business philosophies as us, and customer service and reputation and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We did find it. However, it's not on our website as such yet, and we don't do it between September 15th and really a sort of like up to March would be the earliest that we would install permanent lights.
Gotcha.
The reason being is we have so many loyal string light clients that we don't want to turn our back on the guys that have supported our business from the start. And we have a lot of returning clients. So we owe it to them to be there for them. As we expand, sure, it'd be nice to have a permanent light team. But even on our website, this year especially, I hit it big time with trying to bring back this idea that Christmas is a moment. It's a seasonal event. And we love the seasonal lights. We love the opportunity to put them up and take them down and meet the customers year on year and create those relationships. That's what Christmas is about.
Yeah.
So we started to direct all of our marketing on our website and all the reminders and things that they get with this sort of like nostalgic tradition weaved throughout our messaging. I'm hopeful it'll keep our string light business and industry going a little bit longer here in Calgary, and also allow it to start some new traditions with the G30 lights that we're using and things like that.
Yeah.
I personally love string lights. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Yeah.
But I also think they need a little bit of help to keep them afloat and for them to not maybe fall to the wayside.
I hear what you're saying 100%. And that I get asked this quite a lot. It's like, do you feel like permanent lighting is going to take away from your seasonal lighting customers? And like, is there a conflict there? I really do think that it is two different customer bases. You're going to have people that want the permanent lighting. They want to use it for different holidays. They want the customization and they want that permanent thing. But I 100% agree with you that I think that core Christmas light feeling, I think those customers are always going to be around. I think they're going to want that seasonality. They want that Christmas light look. They want the display to go up for the holidays, for Christmas in particular, and it creates that certain feeling around that holiday. And I think it's two different things. And I think it's really smart to not do permanent lighting installations during that time period, because the customer base for the permanent lights is going to be available to you in your off season. So that's not an opportunity that's going away. And then that way during the Christmas season, you can focus on, the holiday lighting.
Yeah, for us, it's absolutely, I think, the right thing to do. And we offer a bit of a discount as well if they can hold off, because we know they want their lights now for Christmas. But it's, if you hold off with us, we'll give you a discount if you can. And in the meantime, we've loaded them some lights for the season and we take them back before we do that, the permanent installation. So we try and cater for everyone. I'd love to see more string lights and permanents. I do truly feel like the whole season is way too long these days, in that the lights are out and before it's even Halloween and all that kind of stuff. But here's me saying this, and we're putting lights up on the 15th of September. Now, I try and say we're doing that for safety reasons. We have safety campaigns for dangerous houses that go out before anybody else is invited in to book.
Yeah.
And that allows us to keep the guys safe and off the rooftops on certain houses. We also try and just plug, we'll put them up, but you don't have to turn them on. So that's the thing. And these big star lights as well, they look great. They're so incognito during the day.
Yeah.
If they're installed nice and tidy, it's great. And then put it to the customers. It's your tradition. You put the lights on when you want. We're not here to ruin Christmas. We're just here to work safely. So lots of messaging has been going into this year's thing. And I think it also allows us to make that stand between what the difference is between permanent lights and holiday lights.
Yeah.
Or season, should I say. Yeah, it's an interesting topic for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we'll see how it progresses here in the next couple of years. But I agree, it's not going anywhere. But I also don't think that string lighting and the traditional Christmas lights are going to go anywhere either. So fantastic. All right. So we're going to shift gears again. And again, I guess this is a little bit like shameless self plug. We're talking about the community a lot. But who do you usually turn to when you're looking for advice or like solutions for your business, or if you have a big problem that you're facing and like you need to bounce ideas off of someone? Where would you usually look for that kind of resource?
Before I get to the plug, I've got to big up my missus, because like she is there with me every step of the way through thick and thin. So it's good to have that in-house conversation when we need it. And then the Big Star community has opened things up big time for me. I do a lot of reading on my own and for small business books and things like that. And the community at Big Stars is relatively new to me. As of last year, I did some coaching for the Holiday Light Academies. Big Star put me in touch with that. So it's through that community that I met the other community. And I had some coaching calls with those guys. That was amazing. Like, I recommend that truly.
Yeah, Paul and his crew are fantastic at Holiday Light.
Yeah, I spoke with
They're
John.
really good.
He was solid and really pointed out a lot of things that I could improve on, and I continue to try.
Yeah.
The Big Star, the community, as far as like the actual Big Star community that they have online that's been set up recently, is something that's invaluable. We can't put a price on that. There's so many people that have been in the industry from different areas. Some people are doing holiday lights for a side gig for a winter, and some of us started out Like I know Stella started out as Christmas lights. We went into window cleaning and all that sort of stuff. There's lots of different backgrounds in it. People are doing it for different reasons, just themselves to keep the guide going. You can post photos on there of a job you might want some inspiration for. You can ask people questions on how they hit figures, and all of this stuff is in there to ask. And then you've got the calls as well, which I jumped in on for the first time, and I've watched a couple of playbacks as well.
Yeah.
It's super easy to navigate, and it's a community that I certainly won't be opting out of anytime soon.
Nice. Oh, that's fantastic to hear. And yeah, it sounds like it's serving its purpose. And have you had a chance to connect with many other people in the community within it or outside of it and share?
I fired off a few messages here and there to different people, and I've been I don't know if he's just my sales rep. I always speak to David. I spoke to Dan a couple of times, and John Mott from the Holiday Lights Academy. Chatted back and forth with you a little bit as well. And I think really there's a lot of other people that I don't know by name that I think I've chatted to in passing along with the community, just to get back. It's nice to pass on a little bit of knowledge as well when other people are asking for things as well. So just putting your 2 cents on a creative spin on what maybe they can do. I think it's nice. It's an opportunity to learn, but it's also an opportunity to share your experience as well.
Yeah, that mentorship dynamic kind of goes both ways. You can tap into one person's experience and then the next share your experiences with a new installer that's just starting out. So it's cool to be able to go back and forth between those.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's something we're getting pretty strong on here at Stella as well. It's a big pull for me this year is to teach what we know and get the crew leaders to start to train the next set of crew helpers until they can become crew leaders and systemize the whole thing. I think that's an important part of our industry.
Yeah.
And it's all about giving around Christmas, and I think that should echo throughout the whole business model as well.
I'm stoked to have you in the community and to be able to tap into your experience. And it's really great to have you in there. I'm so excited to see where it goes and how it progresses over the next little while. So exciting times.
And feelings mutual.
Yeah, nice. What's a recent project you're really proud of? You done anything recently where you're like, yeah, that turned out really well?
We've got a few things in the pipeline, but probably shouldn't talk about those in case they don't come into fruition.
Yeah, I'll jinx it.
I honestly think the best thing that we've done this year is update our website to keep the tradition of Christmas alive for what it is and not making it overly commercial. Like I spent a lot of time changing my language, updating the website to make it look crisp, clean, and put that message across that like Christmas is a moment. That's the thing I would say, hand on heart, is the thing I'm most proud of this year. And I hope that my clients see it for what it was meant to be, and it gets people talking again about what the season's really about and why they should potentially consider string lights over the permanent. Nothing against permanent lights. My bread and butter is string lights, so I'm going to fight for it.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think you already answered my next question in that answer, but maybe you want to elaborate. If someone out there is watching this and they're in your area and they're looking for someone to hang their lights, what would you want them to know?
The biggest thing for it is to know your house, that they can trust Stella to come in and work very safely. We have amazing lights, amazing products that last for years and years. But there's options out there, and all they really have to do is pick up the phone. We love talking about Christmas lights. Look at this. You could go on 1,000 hours. So if you want someone that's passionate about lights, just give Stella a call and we got your back.
Amazing. I can hear it in your voice. All right. Just to wrap things up, a couple of last questions. If someone's on the fence about getting into the industry or joining the community, what would you tell them?
There's no excuse for not joining the community, really. That's just get in there and see what's there. They'll instantly increase their knowledge and wisdom within the industry by just hopping on board the community. If they're not sure whether to get into the industry or not, start small. Start installing on a few friends or family's houses and get some jobs on some, maybe to GG if you've got that, or equivalent of online, and pick up some jobs and see how you like it. Start small and be safe. Get yourself some decent equipment. Don't say yes to jobs that are like 3 stories high and you need a 40-foot ladder and you're showing up on your own with your SUV with a rack on. Is that start small and get yourself into it gently, and then you can buy what you need when you need it. Just work safe. Yeah.
Amazing. That's great advice. Ben, thank you so much for doing this.
Pleasure.
I appreciate your energy and your experience. And thank you. I think
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Here's to a good season.
Yeah. Right back at you. Cheers.